Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters, and of course, we've been talking about grief. I know it's not a topic that everyone wants to jump on, because it takes you in. It allows you to introspect, or is it retrospect? It just takes you to your beyond your body, down to your soul, and you're just thinking, oh wow, losing a loved one, losing a job, losing a child. Losing something of significance to you, and that comes, it comes with life itself. You can't go through life as we are gaining something. We're definitely losing something, and we're talking today. We're saying dealing with grief. We're going to be talking about how to deal with grief and loss. And so far, I asked you to call in if you had lost something very significant to you, and how did you deal with the pain? How did you cope with it? I'd love to hear your thoughts on the topic of the day. So please do want to call in on 0705 993 6937 or 0705 993 7937. As always, I have a special guest with me in the studio. That song you heard on the break was called Ghost, or is called Ghost, by my special guest for today, of course. And our musical journey started, she's an artist, and our musical journey started with a deep interest that has blossomed into passionate pursuits, urging her to delve into the realms of singing and songwriting as a potent form of self expression. And this is the identity of meddling, striving to convey authentic emotions. And I'm sure you felt all our emotions. This particular song actually, went viral on TikTok, and yeah, I saw quite a lot of reviews, and it's so soothing to hear. It's something that it's a message. If you don't know the story or the message behind it, you might not even be able to dig deep or dive deeper into the emotions that come with that song. A crucial influence into her style of music would definitely be Ariana Grande, and she's somebody who loves songwriting and melody, and of course we can't wait to experience all that and more. This song Ghost was definitely inspired by a certain experience that she had to go through, a certain level of grief that she had to pass through. And we're talking about how she's dealing with it, how she dealt with it, and most importantly, how this song also can be, life, to those people who are actually grieving. Ladies and gentlemen, I have with me in the studio, Madeline. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. That's how I'll see you now. You say, this girl is gentle. Or go on TikTok now, we'll see you. Fire for fire.
I'm gentle, actually.
You're gentle. Try and speak louder on the show today.
I am gentle.
Okay, so good to have you on the show.
You too.
Ayo, you sound amazing. I love the song, the modulation, everything and all. And I know that you have been an artist, even before the experience and all that. But I know this is your debut, right? This is your debut song.
Yeah, this is
So was this song already in line before what happened before you lost your twin sister, or was it
written after.
Yes.
Honestly, the backstory of this song was that my sister started writing the song, but it was not for like the purpose of grief. It was about like losing somebody that you love, like a boy type of thing. But after she passed, I had to like rewrite it in a way that it sounds like, okay, I actually lost somebody, like someone actually died. And we were supposed to record it together and record other songs before she like passed. But this song has already been there like a year. Just like last year we wrote the song, but we were supposed to record it like in February, then release it in March, but she passed in January.
Wow, that's super sad.
Yeah.
And the before I even get into how it felt losing her and stuff like that, I also want to focus on Ghost itself.
Yeah.
So why the name Ghost, and is it that when you sing her as a ghost or something?
No, it is like I said, it's about like losing a guy you love, like guys ghosting you. That was the first like idea of the song.
Okay.
But the fact that I did not want to overtouch the lyrics, let's be that she had like a part to play in this, so I did not
that her soul to still be in the
there.
music.
So I did not want to rewrite the entire thing. I wanted some parts to just still be there and still like touch it a little bit, but not in a way that it sounds to a different song.
Interesting. So meddling, you lost somebody dear to you. I saw a video of you guys together. You guys were quite identical.
Yeah.
You're quite identical, and I'm sure you guys definitely are in your 20s or something.
Yeah.
And I imagine growing up with somebody who's your twin. I even saw the twin telepathy thing that you guys think alike, you guys
Yeah.
date alike, you guys all that together. So what was it have felt, just suddenly losing that person? Was it sudden or was it gradual?
I feel like it all happened like so fast. It was not like something that I expected. Like honestly, I feel like in general, losing a sibling is worse than losing an older person. Like I'm not trying to say that anyone's grief is different from mine, but when someone's older, maybe a grandparent or maybe a parent, like there's this idea as you're growing up that possibly they might grow old and die or something. But when it's like a sibling, especially someone around your age or someone so young, you can think of all the unimaginable things, but I don't think death will be like top of your list. It will never be like, okay, maybe this person probably die one day, so let me just live in the moment now. It's always never going to be like that. Just probably, oh, we're going to grow up and that's it. Maybe we might grow apart or have like get married and have separate lives, but it's never like, oh, one of us is going to die type of
Yes.
situation. So it was just it's very fast.
Yeah, it just happened so
Yeah.
fast. And how did that make you feel? Knowing that first you're no longer a twin, and knowing that she had to just leave you. So would you say you're more hurt that she left you, or she's more hurt that she left you?
One thing I notice about people dying mostly, I don't think, like I'm a Christian, and if you read the Bible properly and you know that heaven is not like earth whereby you have to start thinking and worrying. People who die and go to heaven, I know that they're not thinking so much about us
Yes.
here. They don't have that kind of feelings. They don't have fleshy desires and fleshy feelings or what they're missing now, because heaven is better than earth at the end of the day. So honestly, it made me shut down entirely, because there are a lot of things I used to do that I no longer do anymore.
Like what?
Like I don't post on social media anymore.
Wow.
Because I feel like a lot of people are watching me, and it's not a bad thing. I've always been like in like the spotlight for a very long time, since we were like 16. Everybody knows us, we're twins.
Yeah.
But the day my sister passed, thousands of people viewed my story, like over 11,000 people, and it scared me. And every single time I was posting after that, I was like getting more views and more views, and which was, I don't know, I just felt like I always wanted the whole attention, but I don't want it off grief. I don't want it off, oh, something bad is happening to me, then people will start like watching me.
Yes.
So entirely I just shut down. I shut down all my social, I stopped posting entirely. Like I just shut down. If I want to post, probably I'll post to like my private snap with like my few circle of friends that already know me like way beyond grief, because I feel like a lot of people don't know my story, and I do not want to be that girl that, oh, her sister passed, that's why I'm hearing her story. I don't want, I have so much that I have
You
to
can offer.
yeah, than just that. Yeah.
So the attention you're talking about, is it from, oh, so they don't judge me, like maybe I'm grieving in my own way, I want to post, or is it from, oh, it's just because it's her sister, or just that pity party?
I feel like it's all of the above. You're correct in all ways, because sometimes I do go out with my friends, but I don't post it, because there was a time I did this like YouTube interview with Shank and Kai, and I just went for it, and the day before I went for it, I was so upset, I was crying, and someone was like, my friend, he was like, just leave your house, whatever thing you need to do, I understand you're grieving, but leave your house. One of my friend called me, I was like, oh, don't do this interview. I said no at first, but I was like, what do I have to lose, to be honest? And I went to do it, and after I did it, the entire thing ended up going viral. I was getting like hate messages like, my sister just passed, like, why are you going out there, I'm so evil, that I'm probably happy that she passed. I'm like,
are you joking?
I'm serious. Like, you don't know what's going on like behind the scenes, like what even prompts me to like going. Even when I was there, I was even crying. My friend that brought me there knew I was upset the entire time. I was trying so hard to like just like ginger my energy, so I stopped posting like parts of my life where I'm happy, because people make me feel guilty most times, because my sister has passed. The truth is that there's no way you make me feel sad or feel even worse, because at the end of the day, it's not about grief. Is not like heartbreaks where it takes a month or a year. Grief is for the rest of my life. It's I'll get married, she's not there. It's I'll have children and I will not see her, and all those kind of things. So I still have the rest of my life to like figure out without her being present. So I don't. I just stop posting some parts of my life. Let it not be that people are looking at me in a way, and I feel like people are also looking for, oh, what happened to your sister? Oh, what this and that.
Yeah, I
Like,
saw a lot of those questions,
so I feel like it's not about me. That's what people don't understand. My sister is also a daughter. She's also a cousin. She's a friend. And if I start speaking on some things, it's going to affect the rest of the family. So I'd rather not, like, just because of myself or because we are social media people, to start talking about like things that I have to respect my parents, I respect my siblings, and respect people around me too. So that's not just all that we are, regardless. So yeah.
What would you say is the one thing you miss the most about her?
I feel like when someone dies, yeah, you miss like the silliest things that they used to do that you never really thought like you notice till they pass. Like there are funny things she used to do that I just miss. Like she was very annoying. Like we used to always fight. Like if you around the both of us, you know that we are always fighting. But you cannot. It's not that you can never settle us because you can't pick sides. You can't do that. We'll fight. Like, we'll fight you. But I miss a lot of things, silly things that she does. Not even things that everybody knows her for. It's not like the social media mirror. And I miss like my own sister, the one that I fight like little things like fighting food for. That's kind of little things. Those are the things you start missing when the person is dead. Yeah.
I know you can never really find a replacement for her, but do you kind of like maybe just try and maybe some of your friends try and maybe sometimes do you catch yourself maybe projecting wanting any of your friends to just walk into her shoes for a day or two or something?
What do you mean by walking into her shoes?
Maybe just care for you and do the silly things with you.
Yeah. When my sister passed, I was angry at everybody. I was angry at everybody because I felt like there's some basic things that my sister would have done. Like there's some things I don't need to tell people, they'll just do. But now I have to like tell you to do this and I was angry, I was yelling, I was fighting all my friends. But I feel like at some point I had to like calm down because it's also their grief too. She was also one of their closest friends, so it's not just me I'm experiencing it more than anybody, more than my parents, because this is somebody that I like.
Yeah, you guys were like this.
We're not just like, oh, one is older. We are like, we are so tired.
And you looked alike.
Exactly. We are alike in every way. This one I know her password, she knows my password, that kind of situation. We are that close. She can open all my bank apps, I can open all her stuff, like every single thing. So when she passed, I was really angry at everybody because I felt like they were supposed to feel a certain void that they were not feeling. But I just had to like calm down and try to like start. Of course, I have to start afresh because I've been doing every single thing with her all my life. So it starts like it feels like I'm reborn, like I'm doing a lot of things again from the start. Like I don't go out by myself, I don't do a lot of things by myself, but now I have to like force myself to do it on my own.
That is incredibly deep. I cannot imagine what you're going through right now. Someone said I was doing some research and someone said grief has stages. It has denial, anger, regret, depression, acceptance, and then finding meaning. And I know you mentioned something about anger, but what stage are you in right now?
I feel right now, I'm just at the stage where I'm just present. Because when my sister passed, at first I had no emotion. My first emotion was like I was in denial. I didn't cry like when it happened. Like I was like panicking. I was calling everybody I needed to call, but there was no tears in my eyes.
Wow.
I started crying the next day. Like when I started seeing people showing up in my house, and oh my gosh, I started seeing my sister's pictures everywhere, like on social media. That's when I started like feeling those emotions. And thank God I was surrounded with like my friends and my family and all that. But I feel like right now I'm present. The reason I say that is because when my sister passed, I started worrying about the future. I started like it started affecting my health,
your mental health,
my physical health,
health.
It started making me hypertensive. I had to be on, like right now I'm on a lot of anxiety meds and a lot of things to like just keep myself stable and control my emotions. I became hypertensive. They said like it affected my physical health so bad. They had to start begging me to like sit back and relax. And one of my friends, I was talking about the future. What if she's not gonna be there for this? She's not gonna be there for that. And he just told me that the best advice he's going to give me is to be present. Because I don't think before I'm the kind of person that used to daydream a lot. I used to think about the future, but I don't. It's not like I don't want better for myself, but it's hard now because when I'm thinking about myself achieving certain things, she's not there. I'm achieving it, but she's not present. I'm getting married, but she's not present. I will like be successful in my career, but she's not so present. So I'm just present, to be honest, and just that's just where I am.
Wow, and that's a place of strength, actually. I think it takes a while for you to get to that present state.
It takes a while.
Because, and for you to even be present, right? For you to you're present, it means you can now channel all that strength into something like your song.
Yeah.
And even more songs, coming out, which
Yeah.
we're going to actually talk about in a
Yeah.
bit. You guys, you were born on the 29th of January, right? Or when?
No,
when?
on 7th March.
On the 7th of what?
March.
Of March, okay.
Yeah.
Because I kind of saw a post on your was it TikTok or something, and you were asking people to that today is her birthday, please could you
But
go
that
on
was
her
my
page?
mom's birthday.
Oh, that was your mom.
Yeah,
Okay.
because at the end of the day, this whole grief thing didn't just affect me. My mother also lost a child at the end of the day.
Definitely. Yeah, because yeah, and you had to tell people to go and wish her happy birthday,
so she doesn't
stuff.
feel bad.
But how is your mom doing though?
Honestly, I feel like a lot of people in my family are in denial. And it's not a bad thing, to be honest. And I feel like it's just God. We've always been a very God-centered family.
Mm-hmm.
And although I don't talk to every part of my family, like there's some parts of my family, intimate families that I don't speak to, even for my staff pass, I wasn't speaking to. So I really don't know how they are coping with the entire thing. But one thing I'm sure about me and my mom and my siblings that I do talk to, that's my brother, I feel like we are trying. And my family, we've never been the kind of family that we are emotionally present. And that reason why I look like I'm not grieving is that I don't know how to show emotions. Like, I don't know how to show emotions like physically, unless you know me personally.
And
then
the funny thing, grief does not even have a face.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people feel like because you're grieving, you have to look a certain
Same
way.
You have to
wear a certain shade.
You can't go out.
Yeah.
You have to be sobbing. To be honest, sometimes I go to the club. But in the club, I'm not drinking alcohol. I'm just sober the entire time. And I'm sad. But you will not know. If I post my story that I'm at the club, you'll be like, that's why I don't post anymore. Because I don't want people to look like, oh my gosh, she's trying so hard to be happy and everything. I'm just present with my friends. I'm out with my friends. I don't post all this type of things. But grief does not have any face.
Yes,
it definitely.
Yeah, because I feel like that needed to be said. Because some people feel like, you just see, and didn't she just lose someone, or didn't he just lose someone? Now why are they on social media now? They should be off social, so they should go and die, Abby.
One thing people don't understand about this whole why you on social media, I don't think there's any time. If I want to be off social media for the next 6 months or a year, the truth is that my sister is gone for the rest of my life. At the end of the day.
Yes.
It's not like, I have to be off for 1 year and then I'm fine the next year. She's gone for the rest of my life. It's not something that I have to like give a time. If I'm on today, I'm on. If I'm off today, I'm off. Yes. It's not a thing. There's no time frame for that.
Yeah, and sometimes it takes a while for someone to even accept it, over time. How does technology impact the grieving process? Does it help or does it make it worse?
Honestly, I feel like it's like a 50-50.
Okay.
It makes it worse with the bullying, and sometimes I'll be minding my business. Since women are sort of like popular enough, I'll just be like scrolling through someone's story. I'll just see my sister's face, and I'm like, sometimes I laugh because I know my sister will have been laughing about the entire situation. Because sometimes I do laugh because there's one time when my sister passed, a couple of days after she passed, there was one influencer girl. We know her, but we're not like guys. She just posted like this black. This thing that people post when someone dies and like a dog.
Yes.
And somebody commented, oh my gosh, R.I.P. Marianne, and she now reposted it. Like some of them were making it seem like content.
Wow.
I can't really explain it.
Yes, I think that happens a lot. On social media when somebody dies, or that's when they get the most attention. That's when they get the most repost.
Yeah.
That's where everybody.
Like I have my sister's phone. I have access to all her things here. Until today, she's still getting followers. Why are you following her? Like, I don't even understand that. Like, I'm like, what are you looking for? I had to lock all my sister's accounts. I had to lock them immediately. I had to lock them because I knew the nonsense that was coming, because I see it happening to others. But the good part about social media is that you see other people's stories. Like, let me say an artist like Davido, who has lost his child like publicly. When you see people like speaking on or experiencing those kind of things publicly, publicly, sorry, you tend to like respect them more
Mm.
because you're like, this person actually went through like grief and loss, and the person is still out there and doing music. It's inspiring.
It is
It's really
inspiring.
inspiring for you to do better.
It
So
is.
social media has helped in a way that I get to see other people that are actually experiencing things. Like recently, someone told me about his younger sister that died. She's also a twin, and the
Wow.
other one is still thriving. And hearing things like that just makes you want to like do better, and shows that the world's not complete. It might be over, but it's not really over if you just want to just try again.
Yeah. Is there a healthy, a healthy or right way to grieve, and a wrong way to grieve?
I don't think there's any wrong way or right way to grieve, but I'm just gonna give my special advice.
Okay.
Well, if you're grieving, because I am grieving,
Mhm.
I'm going to, because the first time I started grieving, I'm going to make an example. There was this guy I was friends with. He was telling me that, oh, it's going to get worse. Because he has lost his father, which I get. He has experienced grief before. But I don't think that's something you should tell to anybody. My number one advice is don't take every advice from everybody. Because some people, because everybody's grieving process is different. Just because somebody has died, I feel like that doesn't mean that you too, your entire world is going to like end
Crash.
or crash. Yeah, you're going to feel it on days, like many days. You're going to feel on like the most random days. Sometimes I don't want to get ready to church, I'll just start crying and I'll not end up going to church. Stuff like that. But that doesn't mean you cannot do better for yourself. Because there's some days I still go out and I still do better, and I actually thrive and I enjoy my time and I'm actually happy and all that. He was telling me that, oh, it's gonna get worse. Like, obviously I know. Like, there's nothing you can tell me that I don't already know. I don't think all those kind of stuff, like, really, you should don't listen to everybody when you're grieving. That's the best thing. And one other advice I would say is lean to God if you're not a Christian, because God does not allow bad things to happen to us. He's not wicked, like they will say. Because a lot of Christians, when my star passed up, were like, oh no, it's God's will, blah blah blah. Oh, I've not seen the story of Job, and Job suffered and all that kind of stuff. But people don't understand that Job also suffered because of his consequences. It's not because God was so wicked enough to like allow him to suffer. And God is kind enough to comfort you. That's what God says. At the end of the day, He's close to the brokenhearted. He comforts. A lot of times, instead of like me going to vent to people, I'd rather just pray. You pray for strength. You pray for God to just keep you going at the end of the day. And another thing is that take care of yourself. Because the first time that my sister passed, like the first few weeks to a month, I was so sick that I was fainting back to back, and
Wow.
I wasn't eating. I lost like over 4 kg like a week. I was like, my entire world like shut down. I wasn't eating. Like I became hypertensive. I was panicking. I was anxious. A lot of things affected me physically, and I wasn't just taking care of myself. I had to just pray to God, because the truth is that family can help, but it's still you that has to take care of yourself regardless. And I started like giving myself routines and trying so hard to like do better for myself. So another advice I would say is like take care of yourself physically and mentally while grieving, while you're still trying to be better. Just take care of yourself.
Interesting. And then in terms of people, how do you think people can be more supportive or empathetic? I feel like a lot of times what people do is like it's like for show off or just for the pity part. What do you think? How do you think we, can actually, care for you and care for anybody out there who's, aggrieved?
I feel like you just need to be present and ask the people what they want. Let me just give this a general example. It's like when you naturally love somebody, you're supposed to love them in their love language and not yours. Just because you feel like, oh, this person likes words of affirmation, that doesn't mean this other person is going to like words of affirmation. I feel like you just have to go with like what I want, because I'm not the talky type, but I can talk to my friends. The truth is that I can only talk to people that are really close to me about my sister. I don't even even my friends are not even allowed to bring up my sister unless I bring it up first. Because you don't know what mental health space I'm at the moment that you're not bringing up my sister. So it's like, just know the person first before you start. And you can do other things that don't have to like relate to grief. That's another reason why I don't like talking to people, because you can sometimes I'll post a picture, I just like, oh, I like my outfit, next thing, I hope you're doing good. Just like, you can talk about, it's okay to talk about other things.
Not
Like,
just about
it doesn't have to be like, this does not have to be my entire life. Like, it doesn't have to be the person's entire life. Unless if the person is willing to like tell you, okay, this is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about how I'm feeling at the moment. That's fine. But I feel like you don't have to force a conversation from the person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're saying this also reminds me. I was talking to a friend over the weekend, and he mentioned that he got divorced. And I was like, oh, why? What happened? And all that. Then I asked another question after that. I was just curious. But on the third question, he goes, every time I tell people about my separation or my divorce, the conversation after that now becomes about my divorce. People will now be asking more and more and more questions, and that actually spoke to me. I was like, next time I should be sensitive. Once you ask one or two questions, shush your mouth. Don't start asking more questions, because you're triggering them.
I feel like you just allow if I should start telling you, okay, this is what happened, or this is what's happening at the moment, then I'm initiating the conversation. But if I don't initiate the conversation, I don't think you should continue.
Yes.
Yeah,
definitely don't push. Wow, I embrace your strength, for coming on and sharing this with us and inspiring other people out there. I also appreciate your strength in terms of finishing the song and putting it out there to say, okay, you see this song, I'm doing it. So this song, Ghost, I know you said you're doing it to probably complete the legacy, or just put something out that connects you and your sister together, and that's your debut. Imagine that being your debut. I'm sorry, but imagine that being your debut and all. But with this song, do you have any lines, or I know you have some, don't leave me lines and all that, but do you have any particular verse, from your song that you like to say to somebody who's grieving, or sing to someone who's grieving?
I don't know. I don't think that song really has anything that's attached to that, but it's just like, I really don't know about that. I don't think it has anything I have to advise anybody.
If I bring out the lyrics of that song now, I know that don't leave me. I know
I know a part. There's a line that says, what's the line? I've forgotten my own song. Okay, where I am, that's where you are, but never two worlds apart. And that's like me saying, like, even if my sister's not here, she's here physically. Like, I don't know how to explain. It's like saying, I'm not saying God, but God is with me, type of thing. So that's just the thing. Just know that the person is always around.
But when they say that, do they say that to console yourself?
I don't think it's that, because I feel like if you have this very good connection with a person, you will know. I don't want to get too like intimate, but I remember one time I had a dream, and in the dream I was so sad. And my sister wasn't sad in the dream. And it felt like she was okay. And she just told me, you said be okay now. Like, why are you crying? That's what she just told me randomly in the dream.
Wow.
And I'm not going to say that's a confirmation, because that's not going to take the grief away. At the end of the day, she's not still here. But I feel like that was like me feeling like, okay, she's still, I don't know how to explain it, but I
think I can understand.
There's still her presence is still here.
Yes.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Because there's sometimes I do have random dreams and she's there and everything is still okay.
Yeah.
It just shows that the person's presence is there. It's just not as physical as we want.
Yes.
The same way God shows up through dreams for us, or you can pray and God answers, but you're not seeing God. But you just see them in like the littlest things.
And I kind of feel like maybe she left some of her talents with you, so that you can leave it through. She can live through you. Or
yeah,
something.
I feel like we are the same person. They're like, let me say 80% the same person, and the other 20% maybe personalities, and that's it.
Yes, indeed. Any song up your sleeve next? Well, I know Ghost is still popping. Have you hit 10K on Spotify yet? Because I know you mentioned that.
I'm trying to. Please stream.
So you haven't even hit them.
I think it's about 5K on Spotify.
5K, please,
please, let's get out of the hood.
Oh yeah, shout out to them now. Let them stream your music. So
please, hi guys, it's Medlin. Please stream Ghost on Spotify and every other app. So I'm trying to hit like 10,000 streams on Spotify. Thank you.
So how can they find the song on Spotify?
Just write my name, Medlin. Is MEDLYNN, then Ghost, like GHOST. That's all.
Yeah, so I'm sure if you're grieving or not, you can actually
listen to it. It's not so like,
it's not that deep.
It's not that deep. It's really not that deep.
It's not that deep. All right, thank you so much for coming on the show. I'd love to know what next though, but you don't think that you're focusing on
no, to be honest here, I don't think Ghost has what like my style of music.
Okay.
It doesn't show what I have to offer. Maybe
Wow,
the
okay.
voice is there,
Okay.
but with the sound, the style of music, it's not there.
This is just like
This is
a
just
reverence to.
yeah, because obviously I just lost my sister, and the plan
Yeah.
was to release music in March,
Mm-hmm.
towards April.
Yes.
Imagine after I lose somebody, I start and now
Not
start.
starting that's goes.
You think I'm crazy?
They will not say that bad shit that you have receiving now. They will not double it.
No,
They'll say,
double
who
it.
is this?
Who is this one? Just don't even care, like stuff like that. So this was just like, okay, let me get this over with.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, I have to like figure my life forward. So
Yes.
this is let me get over with. But there's so much better. I'm recording some songs, and there's so much better. There's so much more to listen. There's so much more to me. There's so much more to my sound. There's so much more I have to offer.
Definitely, there's definitely so much more here because I feel like you are carrying both Marianne, your sister, and Madeline right now. I feel that's very strongly. How can people find you on social media?
My social media is very easy. Just my name, Medlyn.official. MEDLY.NN.official.
Okay, she said it all. Thank you so much for coming on the show and for being completely vulnerable with us. You know, I got teary at some point, but I held myself. I was like, you're not going to cry on this one. Because if I start crying now, it's like telling you, it's like giving you permission to cry too. I won't do that. We're going to be strong here.
Yeah.
And to all my listeners and viewers, thank you so much for being a part of the show. I don't know, maybe there was something off on the technical issues or something. I definitely think we had the technical issue. That's why I couldn't pick any of your calls. But I want to say thank you so much for listening, for being a part of the show. Deep Waters is live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We'll be live on Wednesday at 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. for another amazing show for you. And I hope you find strength for those of you who have lost a loved one or something major or significant and you're grieving. I hope you find strength in yourself. Don't forget to take care of yourself, like Madeline said. You know, take care of yourself and do not listen to every advice out there because they might be looking out for you, but you're the one experiencing it. So it's only you that know where the thing they pain you. So take care of yourself and grieve in the way that you like. There's no right or wrong way, definitely, to grieve. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. We'll be live again on Wednesday. From myself and Madeline, we'll say bye-bye. Bye. I'll try and play Ghost now before we go.